From the New England Air Museum here in Windsor Locks, Connecticut, it's pre-FlightSimCon 2016. I'm DeAndre from AirDailyX.net. It's a beautiful day out here in Windsor Locks. It's quite a bit breezy. Hopefully the weather will hold up for the weekend. Last year it was pretty muggy in that hangar, not enough fans. They said that they've addressed that this time around. Hopefully with the combination of new fans and this beautiful breeze, it'll be a nice, cool weekend. Now, many of you might recall last year I had a little bit of an appeal, and this appeal was for developers and for you, flight simulation enthusiasts alike, to support this event. And I am really excited with the number of developers that have gotten involved. And as far as you, the flight simulation community, if I remember correctly, last year there was something like 30, maybe 40 people that pre-registered for the convention. This year, nearly 600 people already pre-registered for the convention, and that doesn't include those of you who haven't registered but plan on showing up this weekend. So just a huge thanks for you guys, all of you who are going to be here over the next couple of days, for supporting not just this event but also showing your support for the hobby. And it is without a doubt that supporting this event will not only ensure that this event will continue to go on for the future, but hopefully it will also mean that we can have more than one event every year in more than one location. Now, let's talk a little bit about the developers that are showing up. Some of the biggest names in the business: Aerosoft, Flightbeam Studios, Orbix. Orbix is coming out with an entourage. You've got John Venema himself, of course, Ed Correa, the guy who's always behind the scenes. You've got developers Alex, Misha, Scott. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now we've got Rex, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, and please forgive the wind. You might get a little bit of camera shake there, but from what I understand correctly, a little birdie told me that Rex is going to be announcing something big coming up tomorrow. Don't know what it is yet, but supposedly all new technology, something huge. Now, staying along those lines, we've already seen something from ASN over the last week or so where they've given us something of a bit of a cryptic video, but without a doubt, it seems like ASN is planning on unleashing some beast as well at the convention. Talking about Orbix, Orbix is going to be, is it 2 or 3? I know of at least 2 for a fact. Misha is going to be announcing his big project that he came out to California to photograph, and there will be a video posted as well on AirDailyX.net of us flying around this particular airport in a C-172 and getting our aerial photography, so you'll see that up on the blog. But Misha will be unveiling that product tomorrow. Orbix will also be unveiling another product, I believe, on Sunday, and I wish I could tell you what these things are, but all I can tell you is they're going to be huge. Now, the most recent big news that we had, of course, comes from A2A. Now, A2A, obviously, they've just released the Texan. Very successful for them. They were here last year. They unveiled the Comanche, which is my favorite GA aircraft of all time. So this time they're announcing something big. We've already figured that out. Many of you have been just on a rampage trying to figure out and guess and surmise just what the heck it is that A2A is going to be unveiling. The only thing we know for a fact, or at least I know what it is, but the only thing we know for a fact is that whatever it is, it's going to be huge. So that unveiling is going to happen right at the beginning of the convention at roughly 10:15 a.m. Give some folks some time to get through the door. So if you're an A2A fan, and mind you, there are other things that are going to be going on at 10 o'clock as you go through the door, but for you A2A fans, you're going to want to head straight to that A2A booth right at 10 o'clock as you get through the door, because Scott and I will be having a little bit of a sit down in terms of what it is he's going to be unveiling, why they chose this particular aircraft, the whole 9 yards. So if you want to see that unveiling as you get into the main hangar, definitely head straight to the A2A booth. So we've discussed Rex. They have a big unveiling coming up. Orbix has at least 2 big unveilings coming up. Of course, ASN has their big unveiling coming up as well. Quality Wings is going to be here this year, and I don't know if the guys from Quality Wings are unveiling anything. I know that there's a lot of anticipation for the upcoming 787 program. It would be nice to see what they're going to be showing off. I'm assuming that the 787 will be on display for us to see. I don't know if we'll be able to kind of get in there and play around and fly it. I certainly hope so. But without a doubt, I'm sure Quality Wings should have some pretty big news for us as well in regards to the 787 project. Big weekend coming up. Now, that's just some of the few developers that are going to be there. Of course, Matthias Koch and Winfried Diekmann of Aerosoft. They're going to be back again this year. The guys from FSFX Packages, they came out last year. They will be out here again this year as well with, of course, their most recent product release, the Lear Immersion Package, which was released, I believe, just earlier this week. Now, the big meat in the Flight Simulation Convention is going to be in the seminars. Big seminars coming up. Of course, the Mighty Frugal will be here with his State of the Sim Nation talk, and that's very interesting. I wonder what's going to be in that and what information. It sounds very cryptic, like what is the Sim Nation and what is the current state of the flight simulation community, perhaps? I don't know, but going to be very interesting. That's coming up. Tom Galvin, the man behind this amazing like Cessna simulator cockpit thing that he's got. He took an actual 172, I believe it is, and turned it into his own home cockpit. It's really incredible. I didn't have enough time to get around to that last year. I'm really hoping to check it out this year, but he's going to have a seminar on that as well in regards to his entire line of just, or his life of just developing this thing and tearing this plane apart and redeveloping it for flight simulation use. That will be on display for you guys to get in and fly and check out, but definitely make sure you check out his seminar as well. The folks from Dovetail, they'll be having a seminar. Misha and Alex, Misha Saich and Alex Goff of Orbix, they're going to be having a seminar coming up on Saturday, and for those of you who are developers and have made a few sceneries but haven't completed them or have found it difficult to complete your works, or maybe you're just new to the whole development thing altogether, both Misha and Alex, which as we all know, two of some of the best developers in this industry. Misha's latest work, of course, was Sonoma County. Alex just released that Bar Harbor, which I played with it for like 3 hours before getting on the flight to come out here, and it is just a beautiful work. So these are two incredible talents. They're going to have a seminar together, and they're going to show you how to plan out your projects and how to see them through to completion. FS Developer is a wonderful place for a lot of people to get their projects out there and to show them off. But the sad thing about it is a lot of them don't finish their projects. So this will be great if you're one of those folks that just need some good advice from the pros of how to start, begin, and finish your projects. You definitely want to go in and check out that seminar. Many more seminars coming up as well. Of course, the big one on my list will be the Flight Simulation Developer panel. I will be chairing that directly. That will be on Sunday. Some of the big names on there. We've got Rex that's on the panel. Aerosoft is on the panel. Flight Beam Studios is on the panel. Who else is on the panel? We've got Just Flight. We've got Dovetail. Did I say Aerosoft yet? Who am I leaving out? I said Rex, I think. John Venema, Orbix is going to be on there as well. It's going to be really huge. And the purpose of that panel is going to give you all some idea of what's going on the other side of the curtain. Whoa, that wind is really hitting now. What goes on the other side of the developer curtain? All these big CEOs of the companies who make these products that you like, what goes on in their head? How do they see and forecast the well-being of our community? You're going to be able to get that inside knowledge in terms of how they project the forecast of the future of the community, how well it's doing now, how sales are going, the whole 9 yards. And for those of you who are tuning or who will be, wow, it's really coming down. For those of you who are going to be there at the conference, hopefully a little bit towards the end, you'll be able to ask some of your questions as well directly to the panel. Now, for those of you who cannot come, this is going to be the big thing here. If you were not able to make it to this year's convention, and I'm sure you did everything you could to make it out, but it just didn't work out, that's okay. Because AirDailyX.net will be streaming live during the convention. We will have a picture-in-picture setup on the main news page. We'll have a webcam looking out at the hangar, all the wonderful World War II aircraft that are on display there. So you'll be able to tune in live from our webcam, which should be running throughout the whole convention on both days, where you can just kind of feel like you're there and see all the developers in the background and all the people walking around and what's going on. But we will also be broadcasting on Periscope. So we have our Twitch page and our Periscope page, and you, of course, will be able to get to both of those separately via your apps or via the links, which will be up on AirDailyX.net for you to research or for you to check out. But we will have a picture-in-picture. So in the small picture on that screen will be our Periscope screen, and that will be, for example, the unveiling with A2A, the unveiling with Rex, the unveiling with Orbix, all of those things, all those little interviews you'll be able to watch live. For Misha and Alex, I will be there broadcasting theirs live as well as the panel. The panel's discussion on Sunday will also be broadcast live, so you'll be able to watch it at home. Now, of course, we are at the mercy of FlightSimCon and their ability to get us good, decent bandwidth in order to make all this happen. So hopefully, last year I know the connection dropped out a few times. We're really, really hopeful this year that we'll have a little bit better bandwidth. That way, for those of you who can't be here, we'll be able to see what you're missing out, and hopefully we'll give you a little bit more emphasis of showing up for next year's convention, because I can tell you with the amount of people that are going to be here this weekend, I can already tell you, I'm sure there's going to be one next year and the year after. So this is just a little preamp. It's only Thursday. We still have Friday, which is our setup day, getting everything started. But it's going to be a huge weekend. I'm looking forward to meeting many of you, and I apologize in advance if I'll be busy, because I'm going to be running around and interviewing all these developers. Again, and I've said this many times, never before in history has there been this many developers under one roof. So it's going to be huge. And if you're here, you're going to have a wonderful time. Don't forget, on Saturday at the end of the convention is going to be the social. That will be over at the Sheraton here, just at the Bradley Airport. This is where we're all going to get together. All the formalities are going to be out of the way. We're going to drink, chat. Make sure if you're going to be here on Saturday, definitely show up to the social. Additionally, there will be a FlightSimCon dinner, and I'm not sure if they have announced which local restaurant it's going to be at, but you'll of course be able to get your ticket for the restaurant, I believe, when you come in, or if you've already registered, you may already have that. So the social and the dinner, great place for everyone, really, your fellow flight simulation brethren, to get together, break bread, have some beer. You're going to have a great time. Huge, huge weekend. So I've got nothing else to say here besides hyperbole. It's a beautiful day here in Connecticut. It's going to be a wonderful weekend. Again, we're going to have a lot of fun. So this is just a little bit to get you amped up for those of you who are going to be here. I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to the big weekend that's ahead of us. And I will see you on Saturday. Don't forget, on Saturday at the end of the convention, we're going to have our... Is that it? No time left?
No, you're too close to the mic now. You're getting all...
Oh, I'm like... I'm getting ready to eat the microphone, huh? Okay.
It's like you're getting so intimate with your mic.
I'm getting... You're going to love the convention. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. You tell me to drop the microphone a little bit?
That's what I was trying to do. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I was like, what does this mean? Okay. Let's try that again. All right. All right. Don't forget on... What?
You got 6 minutes.
I have 6 minutes.